What's up, everybody? What's up, everybody? It is your main man, Juggernaut of Multi-Platinum Production Team.
Arkatech Beatz.
Welcome to the music production live stream. We're cooking up tonight. If it's your first time here, make sure that you are like, comment, and subscribing, hitting the like button. It does help the algorithm. Like I said, man, we are multi-platinum producers, Arkatech Beatz. Shout out to my partner, Mike Trauma D. I'm your host, Juggernaut, tonight. I'm basically cooking up live on all platforms, streaming, going crazy. You know, we produce for your favorite rapper's favorite rapper, Big Pun, Nas, Prodigy of Mobb Deep, The Game, Jada Kiss, Raekwon the Chef, Max B, French Montana, Wiz Khalifa. You name it, we done it. Shorty Low, Killer Mike, Freddie Gibbs, Sci-Hi the Prince. Again, you name it, we've done it. We've been in the game for a long time doing our thing. Shout out to everybody that's jumping into the live. We're about to jump into this. Make sure that you're like, commenting, and subscribing. Samples courtesy of Splice. Make sure you hit the link in the description. Also, our music production community is open. Future Producer Society at school.com. If you're trying to learn music production, if you're trying to learn about the music business overall, that's going to be your place. It's going to be school.com, Future Producer Society. And there you will be able to get all of the information as we are growing our community there for folks who are serious about this music thing and want to learn music production. That is going to be the place to get it done and do so. Shout out to everybody that's jumping into the live stream. Kaz, I see you. My man, boy Swagger, I see you. About to jump into this joint real quick. This joint is 80 BPMs. 4-bar loop. What we did is we pitched it up a little bit. Hit the like button. Cooking up tonight, we're building the track. Doing it in real time. Add a little effects to this. Swag and put it in the portal. go. rocking and rolling. Shout out to everybody that's jumping in the live. If you're new here, man, make sure that you are liking, commenting, subscribing, and following. We are cooking up a track tonight. You're rocking with multi-platinum producer. Check out that new French Montana and Max B, Me Too, on Coke Wave 3.5, out now. Produced by yours truly. Let's go. We're going to add some hi-hats in here. We're going to do a little bit of velocity changes, right? Everybody know I like to have my open hats in here. Let's go. Go. Snare in here real quick. Some drum kits available at ArkatechBeatz.com. Outside of that, we recommend, we have a link in our bio. We recommend Splice. for all of your sound and sample needs. We're gonna add the core. We're gonna lay down the core of it, and I'm gonna add fills into it. But I'm gonna do that at a different velocity, and probably at a different time signature. So we're gonna start off at 116. We're gonna lay this part of the drum down, and then we're gonna come back and we're gonna overlay some of the other parts in it to kind of fill it, to kind of make it, I don't want to say dance, but make it, groove a little bit. You know what I mean? You gotta make it groove. Let's go. One more time. One more time. One more again. Shout out to everybody that's joining the live. Let's go, let's go, let's go. Yeah, who said I was always on the grid? That's the Virgo in me. Now we're going to 16 level it, right? All right, and we're going to change the timing a little bit. Get this giddy up in there real quick. Ready? One of these here is not doing what I wanted to do. As you can see, it's off. So So I'm going to fix it. I'm going to highlight it. And I'm just going to nudge it over. Get it right. Get that last kick in there. We should be good to go. So I'm going to change the timing to 64. And I'm going to nudge it back a little bit. And I think that's going to give me exactly what I'm looking for on this. And a lot of it is just playing with the timing. Get you where you want to go. There we go. There we go. And if you notice the way we have the giddy ups, I don't know if you can see the screen, but we changed the velocity on that because remember we have those extra kicks at a lower velocity. We triggered that. We triggered the main kick here, and then we triggered the giddy up down here. So it's right. So for your favorite producer who does that, that's how it goes. Sometimes it's a different kick. Most times it's a different velocity of a kick. Just for those who know, you know. Now you know. If you didn't know, now you know. Rest in peace to B.I.G. Let's go. Production. Join us at our school community. We want to double us up, making 8 bars. Right. Well, wait. Before I do that, let's get some more low end in here. We need a low end to drive home. And I know a lot of people. I talked about this yesterday ad nauseum in terms of, added in the low end, and the low end is just to get the 808s in there for the folks who are still kind of trapped in the trap music, so that they can realize that the boom bap is coming back and they got to make room for it. But the only way for them to kind of embrace it is for it to have a little bit of low end. So we still put 808s and everything, just to give people to make them feel like at home. You know what I mean? Younger generation type stuff. Weird. Get 808 in there real quick. Wrong timing. Let's go. Let's go one more time. So we're going to name this the verse. The first part, we're going to name that the hook portion of it. Second one, we're going to do the verse portion of it. We're going to double this up, make this 8 bars. We're going to go back. We're going to make that 8 bars. This needs to be 8 bars. And then this is going to be our hook. Our first sequence is normally our hook. Because it got, well, yeah, it's our hook for right now. I'm going to change something though. So when we go to the sample track, I have 2 samples here. All right. Richie, what up? And then what we're gonna do is we're gonna go into the sample parameters, and we're gonna do a mute group. Richie Stone Cold, I hear that. So we're gonna make pad D5 turn off pad D6, right? And pad D6 turn off pad D5. And of course, you can always go here to the to the poly, and then turn it into mono, and then everything will cut off everything in this pad group. But we don't really want it to go like that. So when we switch between sequences, it'll cut itself off. So what we're gonna do here is we're gonna change this one in the first sample, this first sequence. We're gonna change that to the vocal. So let's hear how that sounds when I add that in. I'm gonna tell y'all right off the rip, I don't like it. I don't like it. I don't like it. It don't really do it for me. I like it the way it was. I don't think that, like, when you're dealing with vocal samples, I don't think that it's melodic enough to sell a song or to sell the beat. And you tell me if I'm wrong when I say that. That's what I'm saying, and I could always add different elements to make it do what I want it to do. Or, remember, we can still, we still have access to new tools now. We got stuff like Suno and stuff like that, that if we did want to put in a vocal in it, we could probably hum that out into our phone, as long as we put in the right tempos and keys, and we should be able to get an output that we can use. Okay, man, what up? We got the new producer portal open. Something. We're gonna go into sample edit. We're gonna pull the stems out of this real quick. There's no vocals in here, and we're gonna assign it to pad. Let's see. We're gonna assign it to pad D1. Yeah, it's definitely doing its thing. What's going on with my Nightbot? Oh, it's telling me stop spamming. Who's spamming? Listen, make sure that y'all are joining into the producer portal. There we're going to be, starting next week. We're going to be doing a bunch of. We're going to have some calls come next week for those who are, certain tiers, and then, we're going to be going over certain things a little bit more in depth. So we're putting it all in the portal. I have some producer agreement stuff that I want to review with you guys, so that you can see some some samples of a poor production contract, so you can identify that. So do you find that do you find that you get your best samples from vinyl or CDs? Neither. I have retired from vinyl and CDs and all of those things. I've retired from using those things for probably, if I'm being totally accurate here, I'm gonna say maybe well, let me not say that, because the Jadakiss record is also it's not a vinyl. It's off of a movie. But for the most part, yeah, we're not. I'm not using those anymore, because the sample clearance situation has gotten out of control. I saw a video that circulated. Somebody sent me a video about Kanye West sampling Shaka Khan "Through the Fire," and he samples the record. Of course, you know how through the wire goes, and he sped it up and all of that good stuff. And Shaka hated it, and everybody hated the record. And then they want to take 100% of the record, right? They took 100% of it. They didn't give him anything of it. You know what I'm saying? So imagine he took a record that was wasn't even considered a hit single, right? Because I remember, being a Shaka Khan fan back then, and we liked the song, but it wasn't like no big record like that. You know what I'm saying? So imagine him now take that record, make it what it is, college dropout, do all of this, millions and millions of sales, and then they took all of the publishing. Nah, negative. You know what I mean? And then also, I've been in situations where we've produced some of our best work, and it didn't clear, and it doesn't make the album. You know what I mean? So it's not worth it. In 2026, between royalty-free sites like Splice, right? And shout out to Splice. We're official brand ambassadors there. Places like that, like, you don't need to do that. And then if you wanna go to get away from that, then you can go to Suno. You know what I'm saying? And then you can create stuff in Suno that is exclusively yours, as long as you got a premium plan. You know what I mean? So it's really up to you to make the music that you need to make that's free of the headache of clearing samples. You know what I'm saying? So, that's really my thing. And also, what happens is you want more ownership of your records. When you're playing with the samples, you don't have the ownership, and that's what creates the problem. And then that also creates a problem with your retirement plan. And your retirement plan is your music publishing. So you don't really want to cut that up if you don't have to, especially if you're a sample-based producer. Now, if you insist on going vinyl, that's up to you, but you're at the mercy of the sound recording copyright and the composition copyright, right? You're at the mercy of that. Yeah, cats are still sampling off of records without permission. Richie, they still sampling records without permission. Heavy, bro. Heavy. If you go deep into the boom bap, some of the guys that's doing the heavy boom bap music now, I won't name any names, but there's a certain faction of some rap music right now that's really boom bap, slow boom bap. Sometimes records with no drums and all of that. Those samples ain't cleared. You can go look in the credits, and you don't see anybody's name on it. All you see is the names of the rapper and the producer. You don't see no other names from the sound recordings any place else. That's how you know they ain't clear the samples, because they don't get any songwriter credit. And what they're thinking is that, hey, it goes under the radar, and if it happens to come back, then we'll just cut a deal. Listen, you can do that, but that's at your own risk. You know, that is definitely at your own risk. You don't want to play those type of games. You know. And look, again, you know, you're one record away from your life changing. What you never want to happen is that you got this record now. Suppose you put it out, you put it on socials and all this good stuff. Somebody picks it up, wants to put it in a movie, wants to put a sync to it, whatever. Then, you know, you don't have to do that. With Splice, you don't have to do any of that. Splice, everything is royalty free. As long as you got your license, you know, you got a paid plan, everything is royalty free. Nobody's coming for anything. You ain't got to clear nothing. Nobody gets anything else on you, nothing. It's a wrap. Everything is good. So that's why we use it. So I just did a stem separator. You hear it buzzing. That's the ringing of the stem separator for the bass line. So let's see what we got here. We're gonna delete that. We're gonna delete that. It's not too bad for a stem separation. It's not too bad at all. It's not too bad. It's actually usable. Too bad either. So let's see if I could add this in. Let's see what it sounds like when we do that. Let's create a new track. Let's do this as a bass line real quick, or bass line sample. Name it so we know what it is. Close that out. Let's add it in real quick. Wrong tune. chat. I need a name for the beat. What I'm probably going to have to do with this one, Richie, I'm probably have to import the parts. There's some additional parts inside of Splice that I'm probably going to go back and I'm going to go grab that and bring that in. If it's your first time here, man, make sure that you're like, commenting, subscribing, and following. If you haven't already done that, make sure that you're following and following us at Arkatech Beatz. And then also, if you're looking to learn to get into this music production thing, you know, you have some folks inside of the chat here that are joining the community that we set up. It's called the Future Producer Society. And it's at school.com/Future Producer Society. It says how to do that thing where one pack cuts off the other instead of using a mute group, so the sample doesn't play through the next sequence. So how I did that is I will go into my program edit. Then I'm going to go into my global parameters. And then what you're going to see is you're going to see that I'm in pad D5. And when you come over, the mute target is pad D6. So basically, pad D5 mutes target pad D6. And when I press on D6, it's the opposite. So now the pad D6 will mute pad D5. And remember from the old MPC, this is how we were able to really, you know, this was the way that we had to mess with the chops, right? Because we had to, one, truncate it to the exact spot that we wanted it to be truncated to. And then we had to play around with the mute groups so that we can trigger stuff and it would cut off and automatically play. And what happens here is that I can keep everything on the same track. So for example, the samples are on the same track because they're the same thing. Right? So they're the same fidelity, same sounds. The only difference is that one has a vocal, one doesn't. So I wanted to transition from sequence to sequence. So when I'm in the hook, it plays one sample. When I'm in the verse, it plays the other sample. And what that does is that I just program one to have to play one way, and I program the other one to play the other way. Now, the truth of the matter is, because it is an 8-bar loop and it's an 8-bar sequence and it's a 4-bar loop, it would cut off anyway, right? So it doesn't necessarily carry over anyway because it's not longer than the loop. It's not longer than the verse or the hook. So the hook is 8 bars. And the sample is 4. So the sample is triggered twice. So it doesn't really bleed over into anything anyway. But I just do that just for my own brain to make sure that, you know, they always cut off. You know what I mean? But I didn't really need to do that because it would cut off automatically because the sample is truncated exactly to 4 bars. So it wouldn't bleed over into the next sequence anyway. You know what I mean? So, but that's just one of the ways that I do that. I hope that answered your question, Eddie. Listen, man, more stuff like that is inside of the portal. Make sure you guys are joining. It is free to join. Make sure that you guys are giving me a name for the track in the chat, man. Chat, give me a name for the track. Cole says it's Uptown Groovin'. That's one name for the track. I like Uptown. Uptown. Uptown in the house. Street lights. Hey man, Eddie, you telling your age, man. I mean, you know, you had to be home when the street lights came on. Definitely gonna have to get the parts so that I can just get where it just has the bass line and just the piano without the lead guitar in it. Man, that was a heavy yawn. I mean, I'm tired, boy. All right. Basically, that's the old man signal right there. He yawning. Shout out to everybody that's in the live. For those who have been joining the my name is Street Lights. Shout out to Eddie in the building. Right? Nope, I already got one named Street Lights. See, look at that. So we're gonna do a little mix of both. We're gonna do Richie's Uptown. We're gonna call it Uptown Lights. That he got the hook. So for those who have been jumping into the portal, I'd like to thank everybody who has been jumping into the Future Producer Society community. That is the new community that we are building with producers who are looking to learn the music business and learn how to do this music production thing for real, professionally. We're gonna have a lot of good things going on in there. So make sure you sign up. Make sure that you can get to see what's happening in terms of, like, you know, just different things that we provide in terms of people trying to learn what's happening in this. For those who wasn't here yesterday, I'll play the joint that we made yesterday. The joint that we did yesterday was hard, man. It came out really, really, really dope. No joke. That joint was called Time Tells. That joint called Time Tells. This was from yesterday. Y'all ready?
Arkatech Beatz.
Yo, what up? Time tells. Came out good yesterday, right, y'all? We did that in the live yesterday. That joint came out real good, man. I'm like, okay. I was listening. I'm like, okay. I listened back today. I'm like, okay. We was cooking a little bit. You know what I mean? And I got some joints that I did the other day that I'm going to play back a little bit before I get out of here. Kids was off of school today, you know, Martin Luther King, you know what I'm saying? Shout out to y'all who, you know, had the day off, whatever. Remember, like I said, man, the music production portal is open, man, for those who want to learn this game, learn the music production. Make sure you're jumping into that portal. It's school.com/Future Producer Society. This joint right here is called Heavy on the Wrist. Let's go.
Arkatech Beatz.
That joint is going like that joint going like woof. It's like mesmerizing, man. It's going, man. That one is going. That joint is going for real, for real. Shout out to everybody that's jumping into the live stream, man. I'm in here for a few more minutes before I jump out. Just playing some joints from last week, you know what I'm saying, that I've been just building up.
Arkatech Beatz.
The Lodge, thanks for your gift. come on, man. You know I be in my R&B bag on them. You know I be in the R&B bag on them. I'm beginning to feel like that's really my bag, but I just be staying in that hardcore hip hop lane. But I be feeling like the R&B lane, man. I could really crush it if given the right opportunity. But MJB, we gonna see what happens with MJB. You know what I'm saying? We gonna see if it go down the way it need to go down. We gonna make it do what it do. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Maya. You know what I'm saying? They gonna make it do what it do. But I like my little R&B, man. That's why I got the Cody experiment going. You know what I'm saying? Because it's our way to show people the R&B is that we really got that R&B and pop. We really got it in the bag. It's just need the right ears, man. That's what I'm saying. It's gonna land where it needs to land. That's all I can say. And when it lands, it lands. You know what I mean? Last one before I get out of here, man. This one's called Magic of the Summer. Let's go. New York, stand up. Back to his home. Y'all ready? Let's go. Big gun knives on this one. Let's go. It started from the beginning. Come on. Come on, listen, man. I think, listen here, man. Y'all playing with me, man. Don't play with me. Don't play with me. Let's go.
Arkatech Beatz. Arkatech Beatz.
Let's go. Crazy, let's go. I'd like to thank y'all for coming out. Rocking with me. go. Make sure y'all joining that producer portal. Teaching y'all music production. Ready?
Arkatech Beatz.
This is one of my favorite joints right now. Wait till y'all hear who's on this one. Oh my God. We're gonna kill him this year.